Hope you guys are enjoying the Indian food. Just have a quick announcement to make. Social media is uncompensated work. Think about that for a second. We spend most of our lives on our mobile phones developing these cricks in our necks sort of connected to these devices. We're sharing, commenting, posting, authoring. Jeff mentioned that he'd written thousands of articles for Wikipedia, all uncompensated labor. And it's funny because, you know, we literally had a war in this country about uncompensated labor. And as I look across the room, I get really excited, and I look at the next generation of communities that are going to be built using empowerment instead of exploitation. And you know, tools like the blockchain certainly have a chapter to play in that story. So I'm Ariel Jalali, co-founder of Sensay, and we began Sensay 3 years ago with one fundamental belief about humanity, that every human is valuable. I look across this room and I see a warehouse of information, life experience and knowledge that deserves attribution, deserves the ability to be shared with the world. So we built this really interesting little thing called Sensei that lets you tap anyone on the world on the shoulder and have a chat with them about anything you might need in terms of advice and opportunities. And today, I'm very excited to introduce someone to the stage who has really embodied our mission of every human being valuable. To the extent that in our early days, she went all in, maxed out her savings and credit cards, went full digital nomad to push this mission as we were raising our first round of fundraising. And you know, we are expanding Sensei beyond the initial project. She's gotten our community growing to a thriving group of 3 million plus awesome humans who have transacted 21 million Sensei coins in a closed loop. And we thought that it would make a lot of sense to open up all of our capabilities and our tools to a broader community to empower the next generation of communities. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my co-founder, Crystal Rose.
Thank you. Thanks, Ariel. Blockchain Beach. I'm really excited to be here with a tribe of people who are all working towards the same mission. We are innovating in a way never before seen in the world, and we're doing it by demanding better governance, by being more transparent, by having better values with each other and creating value together. I'm Crystal Rose, the CEO of Sense, and Ariel and I have been working on Sensei for a long time, really pushing forward this mission, and today things really are making sense. So recently, researchers have devised a way to connect the very first human brain to the internet in real time. And this is big news because it means that for the first time ever, we're starting to see a global connected network of humans that truly can transact information together seamlessly. Think of every single brain as a node on a network, and we're all walking around with all this data on our heads. What do we do with it? How do we transact it together? Well, first we have to connect all of the humans together in a better way, and that's the first thing that we set out to do. We enable better human connections. Arguably, humans are the most successful species on the planet because of our ability to connect. We give stories to each other and we transact ideas. Every single thing that we do originates with conversation and with good ideas. So today you can think of everyone being connected globally. It really seems like with 5 billion people having devices, we are connected together. And the most ubiquitous thing that we do is text message. Secondarily, we are all on chat applications. Teenagers today spend 6 hours on chat and social media apps on average. And most of that is one-on-one communication. The thing is, though, it's fundamentally broken. Centralized messaging is still a problem. Everything that we do is connected into single centralized messaging systems. And what that means is that your data is owned by someone, your contact list is owned by someone else, SMS in and of itself used to be only interoperable between carriers, meaning I could only send a message from AT&T to AT&T. And one day, a protocol layer was created and allowed AT&T to talk to Verizon or T-Mobile, but that's an intermediary that caused a fee and found a way to create a layer between them. So at Sensei, we wanted to create the same protocol, but across messengers. And Sensei is an interoperable messaging system that allows anyone to connect freely between any centralized messenger. So someone in Facebook Messenger can talk to someone in Slack, and we connect people based on what they know, rather than who they know. So think of your social graph flipped upside down, and instead you're connecting to people who are on the stranger graph. This is a really quick demo of Sensei, just to see how it works. Sensei is a contact that lives in every messenger that you have. And Sensei is actually a chatbot, so you can talk to Sensei. It's an AI-powered chatbot. You can ask Sensei for anything that you need, and Sensei will find the right human and connect you directly to them. And at the end of that conversation, you can have a transaction. You give them Sensei coins. We saw that as the value that humans could transact together, just to show some gratitude or show a thanks for that conversation. And Forbes had said that Sensei is a step forward in the meshing of our world of humanity with the future of chatbots. We're really proud that we've taken AI and we've created a layer that allows humans to get better and augments them rather than replaces them. We believe that the future of intelligence is human. It's not artificial. Forbes also said that human connection is still a much more valuable resource than marketing data. And this is really important because we believe that the connection is the most valuable thing because it often results in a transaction. So that's the next step. How do we define human value? If we're going to have a transaction, we have to know how valuable that transaction is. And when we're talking about humans, that's something that is really hard to quantify. So think about yourself. How do you define your own value? What is it? Is it your, what are your principles? And I think that that's a really important message, and we saw that at the beginning of today's talks, and we're going to see that common thread throughout all of blockchain technology. Defining your principles and sticking to them up front is very important. So at Sensei, we defined our principles up front. Every human is valuable. We are all connected, and everyone is a sensei. When you think of sensei, you might think of like the Japanese sensei, a mentor or a teacher, someone who gives you information, and literally the translation is someone who's been there before. It's every single person has knowledge that they can share, and every single person is valuable. There's another principle in Japanese called ikigai, and we can see our human value a little bit more clearly if we look at this. So think about the things that you love, and the things that you're good at, and the things that benefit society, like what does the world need? And then there's the stuff that gets you paid. Now, arguably, if you can connect the top three, what you love, what you're good at, and what the world needs, then capital is going to follow. But the sweet spot in the middle of all of those that's the ikigai, and that's your reason for being or your life purpose. But one thing you're going to notice that's missing from this, the thing that does not define you, is your stuff. And nowhere in this does it say that there's any asset other than what's in yourself that defines you as a human. And that's important because today the only way that we create capital typically is with our assets. We can rent out our apartment on Airbnb, or we can rent out our car on Uber. We have a really amazing sharing economy that's being built around the things that we own. And so with Sense, we are finding the things that we intrinsically own. We believe that the most valuable asset that everyone has is their mind. So we're defining this as your human capital. It's a working word, probably better described as value, but let's think of what you can use that you intrinsically own for a second that you can earn value on. Your skills, your life experience, your knowledge, and then social contributions. These are the contributions you're making every single day. You probably have done that recently, something on Twitter, Facebook, any social connection, and think about the value that you're getting back from that. It's quantifiable. It's in a number. It's in followers, likes, hearts, favorites. It feels really good, yet it doesn't really give you a reward. There's no transaction that happens when you're giving all your time to the social networks that are holding all your data and earning from it. And they're earning a lot. Facebook is earning $8 billion a quarter selling your data to advertisers. And we think that's complete nonsense. So this is Sense. Sense takes the contributions that you've made anywhere digitally and gives you a value for them. In this instance, GitHub contributions have earned you some cents, 26 cents. And you can add Reddit as well, or any other contributions that have been locked up in centralized places. your knowledge and your contribution there, we call that knowledge attribution. It exists across all these networks. So you can continue to add cents to your wallet as you continue to create contributions throughout the internet and throughout your digital experience. You're providing what you have intrinsically, your human capital, to other people. And so the way to create value out of this is we created a token, an Ethereum ERC20 token called Sense that can be exchanged across the network for other cryptocurrency. Now, cryptocurrency is something that is very easy to use and ubiquitous, and everyone should have it. Now, the first two maybe aren't as true. Cryptocurrency is actually still very hard to use, and while everyone should have it, very few people do. That number, 5 to 10 million, while we have 5 billion people with devices, that's not a typo. We still have such a small fraction of the people who are able to use digital currency today, yet it should be as easy to use as sending a message. And so we did just that. We allow you to create and send a message that includes some form of cryptocurrency, and this is called Sense. It's as easy to use as sending a message through text, and we did this by creating smart contracts within the chat. So we believe that human intelligence makes sense, and this is the thing that we want to connect everybody together to transact. We call this connected intelligence, and so our goal really is to connect everyone together with no intermediaries, and this is the goal of all decentralized applications. We want to provide open access to knowledge, and this is where our API for developers allows you to connect and tap into the larger human network and the data that the humans have created and provided. And we create a value exchange with attribution on the blockchain. So that's really important, because knowledge attribution on the blockchain, that's the thing that you're going to own. That's the thing that you can provide to any network to create value from it. And we want to make that human information transfer scalable. So we want you, the human, to become scalable and make every contribution that you create valuable. Sensei core technology, we've been working on this for quite some time. It's been 3 years, 2 years as a product. Within those 2 years, as Ariel said, we have 3 million people who are using our product today. This is just Sensei, the application. And these purple circles are the ones that represent where Sense comes in. Knowledge access, knowledge attribution, and peer-to-peer digital transactions. For the first time ever, we're able to open up and create a value for your knowledge on the blockchain. So Sense is the token for human capital, and Sensei is one application that is a great proof of concept, and developers anywhere can create bots just like Sensei on top of humans.ai. That's our blockchain protocol. A little bit of our stats today. We're really proud that we've been in the community here building in LA. We have some amazing venture-backed partners, Norwest, Draper, and Greycroft, and now we're moving into an era where cryptocurrency and the new open area of raising money has occurred. So Blockchain Capital and TAS have been the first to back us, and we're now bringing on platform partners. So again, anyone can build on top of us. We believe also that developers make sense. Developers are our core community. So we wanted to open the ability to share into our network with developers first. Creating an open token means that we're going to create something that everyone can share and everyone can create value on. So the first allocation goes straight to developers. If you are a developer, you can sign up here and get involved with the pre-sale. And then we're opening up a main token sale to everyone. By opening this up, we're creating a bigger ecosystem. This is a global mission that's much bigger than ourselves. We want developers everywhere to be able to access our platform, so we're opening it up. We want to allow people to build on top of it, and we also want to allow communities to grow. So we're encouraging anyone who has a chatbot or who has any community that they want to leverage this human knowledge attribution to build on top of Sense and build on top of humans AI with us. So we believe that rewarding human intelligence makes sense. And we would love for you to join the journey with us. We've built a business around conversation, so please, if you have a question or would love to have conversation with us, our team is here, we're in the back, and the Sense team would love to talk to you. And come and make sense with us. Thank you.